just an absolute beast throughout this. Samuel Basoto just playing pretty much perfect Clash Royale, whereas Morten has had a more of a bumpy road. Lost a game here or there, but the question is, do you feel better with that perfection coming in or having already faced and overcome adversity?
That's a really good point. I think I'd rather be in the situation of Morten, honestly, because you know that even if you lose one game in this set, you're going to be able to come back and get that W.
Well, of course, this is not just the winner's bracket final. There's so much on the line here because winning in this matchup doesn't just put you in the Grand Championship, but it puts you there with a life to give. That's such a huge cushion as we try to decide who our champion is. On top of that, the loser here has to go face the winner of Mohamed Light and Mugi. The stakes could not be higher right now, so let's jump right into it. Morten and Samuel Basoto in your winner's bracket final. And good luck's out from both sides. Morten opens up with the Fire Spirit.
E-Spirit to catch it. Sam most likely could be seeing like an RG. Morten with maybe a little bit of a trusty Mighty Miner wall breakers.
Of course, Miner wall breakers overall, one of Morten's favorite archetypes. It was about a year and a half where it was primarily what he was running. Of course, this one going to be drill wall breakers instead.
Drill plus Bomber at the bridge here. I really like the placement of the drill there from Morten. Able to pull that Giant Skelly back and allow that Bomber to get some nice splash on the tower. Huge damage lead so far, but a big Giant Skelly coming down the right.
Guards will pick that up, and that was also a nice fireball on the Archer Queen, assisted by the Princess Tower to get her off the board. So as we go through the first minute of gameplay, nice damage lead for Morten on that right-hand side, 23-43, and Elixir pretty much even between these two competitors.
Samuel's just looking to make it to that double Elixir time where he can stack up and make these big beatdown-esque Giant Skelly RG pushes. Morten, hopefully, probably has that Inferno Tower for his last card, so he might be able to deal with those pushes quite nicely, even if it makes it there.
A lot of DPS in the deck here for Morten when you get those guards involved. And there you go, Inferno Tower out. That is a huge card. Lightning just on the Inferno Tower, no Princess Tower damage. So while the Inferno Tower goes out, only gets the one RG shot and no extra.
Wall breakers on the left, really nice play, forcing out the log in the right on the guards, and Sam's now down to 2, 2, 6, 8 on this left-hand side. He's got a damage lead on both sides now.
You know, looking at that Lightning, Juicy, it really feels like the Inferno Tower and maybe the Bomber are the only really viable targets here.
Absolutely, Lightning not getting a very much value versus those guards. In order to break through from Sam, he needs a Lightning on the Inferno, but he also needs a log plus pre-E-Spirit to take out those guards and get an RG connected.
Valk and Bomber cycle to the right-hand side for Morten. Queen picked up by the guards in the left-hand lane. Samuel Basoto building up behind this giant skeleton on the right-hand side.
Fisherman getting a lot of value here. Pulling in that Bomber, pulling in that Valk. Giant Skelly doing its thing. Wallbreaker's unable to connect, and Sam not able to get anything through on the left-hand side pressure either.
And those guards will at least contend with that Fisherman as a new giant skeleton to the left-hand lane. Fire Spirit does not get splash damage. Morten setting up that Inferno Tower low.
I really like this early Inferno Tower, realizing that if he needs to cycle back to a second one, it will be available to him as long as he plays 4 cards after dropping.
And just waiting to make sure that Inferno Tower did its job against the giant skeleton. Going a little bit past 10 there was Morten.
Valkyrie's gonna have to drop again on this Ghost. Very even match all of a sudden. Sam's done a nice job of getting some lightning damage chip on this right-hand side, as well as a couple of queen shots here or there.
Miner plus wall breakers to the right-hand side. I mean, drill plus wall breakers. Wall breakers will not get there, courtesy of the Royal Ghost plus log. Guards to the right-hand side. Valk working on the left. Fire Spirit to try to get all that off the board. Queen does go down, well defended by the German.
I wonder if that guards was a misclick. It didn't seem like an optimal play. Now there's a very large push coming in, and Samuel has enough elixir for that lightning for the Inferno.
Lightning on the Inferno does get half of its burn. Guards will finish off the Royal Giant with the Valkyrie. Now Ghost in reply to the Royal Giant. Minute 15 left, and right now it is Samuel Basoto with the lead, courtesy of mostly that lightning cycle on the right-hand side, 1579.
Drill plus Bomber once again here. Can he defend this properly? Very nice Giant Skelly placement here, but the Goblin is going to get one connection.
Little Bomber splash, and that puts us right back in it. 1579 to 1549 as we enter triple elixir.
Drill coming down the left. Sam does pick that up quite nicely with a double drop. Fire Spirit on the right is picked up by the E-Spirit. It's going to help defend these wall breakers as well. There's going to be a huge counter push. Sam has some beautiful defense right here.
Archer Queen healthy on the right-hand side. Drill goes. Fisherman trapped on the wrong side of the drill. Guards up high. Fire Spirit that's taken out by the Archer Queen. She does not get shots because of the very, very high Lightning. Lightning played outside of tower range. Drill to push back the Royal Giant, but one shot gets in. 22 seconds left, separated by almost 300 HP.
Morton just used his win condition on defense. He's going all out on this right-hand side while he tries to cycle back to that drill. Queen plus everything is defending quite nicely. Sam needs to defend this perfectly.
And the Goblin gets on the tower.
The log misses.
It's not going to do it. Morton with the fireball. Morton wins game number one.
It's enough.
Morton wins game number one.
Wow. Slight mistake on Samuel's end there. The log was just a bit too early. He wanted to try and kill that Goblin as soon as possible, but it ended up being a huge mistake. Those two Goblins that spawned from the death spawns there, just able to take a massive amount of chunk from that tower.
And blood finally drawn from the Brazilian. Samuel Bosoto has been able to withstand the onslaughts throughout this event, but Morton finally gets that first jab in the nose and takes what looked like was a lost game back in his control.
Yeah, that was beautiful gameplay from both players there. I think Sam just need to hunker down and keep defending a little bit more at the end there. Morton able to just capitalize on a slight mistake here or there. And now, as we were talking about before, this is the first loss from Samuel in this tournament. Is he going to be able to bounce back?
That's the big question here. Let's take a look at your thoughts in the community on this matchup, and this one at this high level with how good these four finalists are, seeing a 70-30 split. A bit of a shocker, I would say.
Absolutely. Samuel, especially since he's been undefeated, very big surprise for me to not see more percentage in his favor, but Morton is that fan favorite, and there's a lot of people that want to see him win, including me. Unbiased caster, by the way.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the replay from that last match, or from that last game. And these are those final moments. Here we are in the last 30, and it looked like this pressure on the right-hand side, Juicy, after the Lightning. And that Lightning, again, just getting an Inferno Tower, not getting the Princess Tower, but those Royal Giant connections felt like with Lightning, they might give him enough of an edge.
Absolutely. I really liked Morton's decision to use the drill on defense in that situation. If he would have gone for the guards, he would have gotten caught by that prediction log E-Spirit combo, and then he just dumps everything on the right, forcing out so much elixir, everything on the left. Log just a little bit early there once again, and the Goblins connect, and Fireball takes it.
And that's that Morton gameplay, right? There's one thing that's been consistent about him ever since SK Gaming's first season in CRL of 2018 is that he plays well when his back's against the wall. Those defenses where what looks like a mistake turns into absolute brilliance, a maestro on his side of the board, turning that disadvantage into an advantage, and then in the end a win.
And it takes a lot of character to be able to do that. There's so many times that match that I thought Samuel had it, but Morton able to stay calm and collected, that stage experience coming in once again and just doing what he does best and taking that win.
And as you mentioned, the big question here, how does Samuel show up against adversity here? We haven't seen it yet so far in this tournament. It's been kind of a smooth ride all the way through. Now he hits some turbulence, might need to put that belt on, but now we'll find out. Let's go to game number 2, Morton and Samuel. Good lucks from both sides. Morton with a little eye check there on his opponent.
You love to see it. It's always one of those benefits having these players so close together. Samuel looks like he's just focused. He's in the zone. He wants to get immersed by that gameplay right now.
Bit of a slow start here from both players, just cycling bats, and Miner there for a bit of added pressure.
Gold Knight gonna pick that up. It's gonna make sure to tank for those bats as well. A bit of a counter push from Morton here. Skelly King's gonna pick that up.
This Mortar Skelly King deck has been so popular today. This might be our 3rd or 4th time seeing it.
It really has. Skeleton Army, the right-hand side, going to fill up that Skelly King ability, but Baby Dragon, one of the best splash cards in the game, should have this under decent control. Tornado is going to be forced out, though. Overall, good pressure from Samuel there. He's up a bit of elixir. He does have to count his Baby Dragon.
And that's interesting, seeing him go with this Mortar Miner deck, knowing that NATO was very likely here in game number 2. Of course, with NATO now in cycle, let's see if Samuel goes with a back position, and he does. Picked up, predicted easily by the Golden Knight. One bat does escape, gets a little nip there on the left-hand tower.
Really important cannon card placement right here. A lot of players would just go for low cannon cards or maybe just play off to the side to make sure to take out the Musketeer, but the awareness that Sam might go on the opposite lane with a bit of pressure to ensure that we take out that Skelly King as well, that was beautiful.
And now it's Morton, about a 3.5 elixir advantage. Sets up with the Flying Machine in the back.
Flying Machine's a very interesting card here. It could get a lot of value. It's all about the protection of the glass cannons once again here. Who can protect their Musketeer? Who can protect their Flying Machine better? That's going to be the make or break for this match.
Keep in mind, Fireball out for Samuel Basoto, so Morton going to have a card there that's going to really give some fits and starts to Samuel, depending on how these bridge fights go down.
Absolutely. Poison, you know, it does the job, just not quick enough a lot of the time with those Flying Machines. Minor Bats on this right inside. Golden Knight going to pick that up once again. I don't think we are going to be seeing a Skelly King ability. Overall, this match is pretty chill, but the Golem's going to drop in the back, and I really like this timing for this push.
This is fascinating. Morton has run Golem 4 times in CRL this season, and I believe he lost all 4 of those. 3 to Muhammad Light, 1 to Air Surfer. Choosing Golem here in game number 2. Juicy, talk to me about this pick.
I think the main reason for the pick here is to be unpredictable, number 1. Number 2, generally, it is something that you're trying to snipe something with. And overall, I'm really happy with his deck pick. I think he has a very nice matchup in this game.
Mortar gonna go down here. NATO pulls all that together. Golden Knight dash on tower. Cannon cart is free and clear. Tower down, and there you go. Morton is going to our championship match.
Very impressive. I could not be more excited. The crowd is even more excited than I am, though. Huge push, double Baby Dragon, cannon cart, everything went right. The Tornado was the cherry on top, and that tower went down faster than my heart is beating right now.
Oh my word. Golem has been a problem for Morton throughout this competition. He pulls it out and gets the win. Andrew, let's go with Morton.
Year after year, second places over and over again. Finally, Morton Royale is going to the grand finals. How does it feel, my brother?
Amazing, but I don't really care if I get second or last. I just want to win, so the next game is the most important one.
That's right, and you still have 3 people that you could be facing up against. Could be Samuel again, could be Mugi, could be Mo. Is there anyone that you want, or do you just want that first place finish?
I just want to forget first.
Morton Royale is going to the grand finals. Let's go.
And there you have it. The crowd's super excited for this one. Morton, the guy who's been there so many times now. Keep in mind that while it's always been the Morton gets second place, been the criticism, coming into this championship, won at DreamHack Valencia, got first place there, just won the global tournament. It really feels like this is the time when the curse finally has been lifted.
You have to think so. Everybody cheering for him. You see, I mean, you saw the emotion in that interview. I mean, it was like, yeah, just want whoever's there is there. You know, that's emotion for him.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the replay from that last one. And, you know, this one even may be bigger for me, right? It's the Golem has been a strange selection from a guy who has so much outplay ability, and he's picked it 0 for 4 so far against high-level competition. Brings it out against Samuel, and Josh, talk us through it.
I mean, yeah, we see it. The double Baby Dragon, the cannon cart, the Golden Knight, and he gets the dash. That was, I mean, that's what it is all about when you don't have that big spell with the Golem. You're trying to stack the troops, get the Golem to the tower, and he had enough troops right there. The dash, I mean, all those troops.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at the decks from this one, because we go into game number 1, and Samuel going out with the RG deck, and Morton with some great play. The Inferno Tower able to do its job, and Josh, there was that big steal at the end.
Yeah, I loved the amount of pressure that Morton had on the right side, the left side, the left side, the right side, and at the end, it was the left side pressure. He had to place the giant skeleton up top, didn't have the right troops, the log was early, and all of a sudden, a game that was supposed to be in Basoto's favor meant nothing because there was way too many troops on the tower.
Then we go on to our next matchup in this one, and talk to me about this Golem matchup because, there's a lot of DPS on the board. You have so many ways to kill the Golem, get to the troops behind it. Of course, you have the Mortar. What was the difference maker here for Mortar?
I mean, I always love Flying Machine because it's the reason why you lose and why you win. Right here, actually, no, this is the one time where Flying Machine actually meant nothing. It's the Baby Dragons in this one. The Baby Dragons were able to combine, have the DPS that they needed, and I mean, once you have double Baby Dragon and the and the Golden Knight, that's too much to defend.
Well, keep in mind, Samuel down but not out. He's awaiting the winner of our next match. Jackson, take us away.
The most anticipated set of today, a rematch of the 2021 World Finals, Mugi versus Mohamed Light.
I mean, what else could you want? The rematch of last year's Grand Championship, and again, with so much on the line, one of these two players will be going home at the end of these 3 games. Will it be Mohamed Light? Will it be Mugi? Man, Josh, I could not be more excited.
I can't either. I mean, I'm looking at the timer in the bottom right hand of the screen. 54 seconds, 53 seconds. I want to see these two players play.
Well, of course, they do have a storied history. Last year, it was Mugi taking that championship, the Bowler Loon Freeze, shutting down Mohamed Light. During this year, Mohamed Light has gotten the better of Mugi, that winning going towards him more in their meetings. But the question really is, does any of that matter right now on the big stage?
And that's the thing, you just don't know. Both of these players are just, I mean, especially after Mohamed Light's rough start at the beginning, I mean, it really feels like both of these players are playing just as well as Morton, just as well as every single person here. I have not seen this level from Mo before, and Mo has always been considered one of the greatest of all time.
Well, let's waste no more time. Get right to it. Mohamed Light, Mugi, let's go. And Andrew Guy off to the side of the desk just yelled at myself and Josh that he's very jealous, and I totally understand. This is the kind of match that we all dream about. Of course, you'll be seeing more of Andrew later as he gets to take a little rest and just take in the action.
Mo starting off with the Goblin. What's that card again?
The Goblin Cage.
Goblin Cage.
There you
I'm
go.
so excited for this match.
The
I just
Goblin
forgot.
box.
Yeah, the Goblin box.
The Gobbo
it's there.
box.
Yeah, it hasn't moved. What is it?
Way to thread the needle there, getting the King Tower activation for Mo. So feels like maybe Ram Rider from Mugi here in game number 1. We did see it from him earlier today, and there it comes.
Already getting very aggressive with it. MK plus Barbarrel able to take out most of the Golden Knight. Not quite, though. And this is going to be a little baby counter push right here. Will he activate the ability? Yes, he will.
You know, I gotta like activating that ability there just to create separation for those troops, right? So now you can take the Mighty Miner off the board and keep the pressure on. And while that Ghost is gonna go get a little bit of damage, the Baby Dragon is gonna be on there and force out a big response.
Ghost is able to get the second shot, and a response will be required from the Ewis as it crosses the bridge. The question is, does he have Barbarrel in hand? If he doesn't, we see a 3 elixir response for an only 45% health Ewis. That's a tough spot for Mo.
Elixir almost even here, about half of an elixir advantage right now for Mugi as we go past the midway point of regulation time. So far, no damage on Mugi's side of the screen. Mo has taken some early blows in both lanes.
And so now we have to ask the question, is he using Golem again? Are we gonna see it, I think 3 sets in a row at this point? Ram Rider is able to make it to the tower. You do hear the competitors, or the people in the audience groan and also get excited.
And no damage there on the right-hand side as Golden Knight not able to get on tower courtesy of that Mega Knight, and now Golem set up in the corner.
Wow, I mean, all of these players must have had just a talk with each other and said Golem is the win condition of choice today, and I love it. I just love that card.
It feels a little surprising, but again, I guess players right now, maybe with nerves, going for matchup, going for surprises.
And so now we have to see what the spell is for Muhammad Light. If he has Lightning, these Mighty Miners will be able to provide value, but we're going to see the activation of the ability get the most amount of value. If Lightning isn't in hand for Muhammad Light, the Mighty Miner will be able to just stack and do a bunch of damage to these golems.
Cage will go down a little early there and let that Ram Rider sneak right on through. NATO not going to do enough here, and that's a big blow struck by Mugi as we go into sudden death.
Yeah, I mean, Mugi was able to win this matchup just 20 minutes ago, and right now, it seems like he's figured out how to play this matchup. I mean, these golems are not getting through. This pressure is incredible to watch. Oh.
Wow,
It's
the
the
extra
shot.
splash damage from the Royal Ghost, and things continue to be tough. What does Muhammad Light have to do to break through here?
I don't know. One thing I would like to point out is I think the Mother Witch is kind of a scary card to use. It just does not have the DPS that you need. The Golem will be able to get one swing and a great Golden Knight dash. That Mother Witch was a mistake. He had no DPS for that Golem.
And the lightning in. Golemite's going to take a lot more damage, and suddenly Muhammad Light roars into the lead as we get very close to our final minute.
772 to 1200, but this is the most important thing. We see the Ghost cycled on the left side. We see the Mega Knight cycled on the left side. He can't go same lane. That is so dangerous and such a good spot for Mo.
And,
wow.
Wow, and Mo just says, hey, fine, I'll play you in this lane now. I have the advantage on that side. You're not going to get past me here. Golden Knight, Cannon Cart, everything trying to push all this together. Golden Knight dash on defense, Mega Knight at the bridge.
And this is the scary thing. Okay, he cannot use the cage because he needs to save that card just for those Ram Riders. Cannon Cart and the very nice NATO as well. Look at the right side. Will be able to hit the tower. Not yet. And this is 30 seconds left and a big lead for Mo.
Mega Knight set up low, 25 seconds remaining. Golden Knight does not get the dash. Ewis picks up high. Cannon Cart on the right-hand side. If that Ram Rider comes down, do we see a lightning?
I mean, this is the push. Can he get what he needs? We see the lightning coming down on top of the Ram Rider. It is going to stop it. Mo should win this game.
Wow, Muhammad Light comes from behind courtesy of a Golden Knight dash, and now he is one win away from our top three.
I mean, right here, we see his hands shake in excitement this time, not nerves. He is one game away. That lightning, that golem on top of the tower, it went from 2,500, wait a second, triple digits now, down to 990.
That was such a quick turnaround, and of course, we just saw, as you mentioned, Mugi do a great job in that same situation. What's the difference maker here?
I mean, okay, so what, I don't know. That's the thing. I think this is one of those times where I get to sit back, say, I don't know, I'm just watching. I can't put myself in that mindset.
We get to be a fan sometimes. You know, talking with Morton during the week, he said one of the things that's scariest about Muhammad Light is that he does things that are unorthodox, that you think are mistakes that turn out to be the right call. You play against every other player, he said, and even if they're great, even if their micro is perfect, it's what's expected, whereas Mo turns the unexpected into success, and that's why he's been such a favorite here. But of course, speaking of favorites, let's take a look at your thoughts on this Mo versus Mugi matchup, and 60-40. Honestly, this should be, if they were closer than 50-50, that's what this matchup should be.
Exactly, I love that. And okay, so I've had time to collect my thoughts. I was given 30 seconds, and now I have my answer. It's his lightning play. I think Mo is just so smart with how he controls the board that he just knows when to lightning on offense, on defense, a mix of both, when to catch the tower, when to go all troops. He is different.
Well, let's take a look at a little of that action here for a moment before we jump into game number 2 for this one. And Josh, you talked about the lightning play. This was that Mother Witch down low that turned out to be quite an issue.
Yeah, I just did not like that I did not like that he played it up there, and right there, the Golem you know, exploding with the Golden Knight dash. It just does too much damage to it. I don't know what he had in cycle. Maybe we could have seen a defensive poison, but right there, gets the tower down low, and it was beautiful awareness right here as well. The Ghost went in the left.